from Aggie Memorial Stadium in Las Cruces, New Mexico, home to the Aggies of New Mexico State. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the New Mexico State Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. The Hilltoppers will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Aggies offense has the ball first today. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
The Aggies come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He'll sneak it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. This New Mexico State offense is pushing all the right buttons. Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. To the air on first down. Hauls it in. Now the connection takes it to the 11. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Looking downfield on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. He'll keep it himself. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. The Hilltoppers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And, David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Nah, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense, and he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Biletnikoff Award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. And the Hilltoppers will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico State. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, biggest game of the week and maybe the season. The top 2 teams in football, here's how it ended. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. 1 versus 2, some were calling it the game of the century. Let's wait to jump to conclusions at least until the new poll comes out this week, men.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Hilltoppers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's spinning his ears back again.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now we see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the Hilltoppers will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Got it in the middle. It's Rudolph. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They think there's room to run to the right here. Makes one man miss. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Into the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. He breaks a tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. The Hilltoppers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the DB right with him to knock it away. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Elliott. At the 40, there he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. And he will take it in. Touchdown, WKU. How about delivering that touchdown pass when your mowers and your incisors got rattled around about the same time?
He's going to need a minute to go over and clear the cobwebs on the sidelines, but I think after throwing that touchdown pass, that's going to give this QB a ton of confidence moving forward.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Runs through the tackle. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30. The Aggies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The RPO, it's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. That's it for the period. Break coming, and New Mexico State has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. The give on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Rudolph. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. And this defense is taking up residence in the backfield, and the crowd loves it. 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Rides the back and leaves it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50. 3rd and long on any given play. They can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now 1st and goal.
New Mexico State has it 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Big fella moving. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the...
Touchdown, Aggie! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Catch in the middle, it's Elliott. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. They go to the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Hilltoppers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Tight end now in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He'll pull it down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better...
He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Pocket breaking down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the 1st half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Hilltoppers will punt it away on 4th down. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Bringing the heat. Flushed out of the pocket. Quarterback gets the 1st down. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. New Mexico State lines up quickly.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll pull it on the read. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, New Mexico State. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself, in for 6. The
kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. But let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Off play action on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Hilltoppers will try to pin them back with the punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Hard running there. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to pass on 2nd down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looking to throw for it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll leave it with him. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes a move. Look out, he's on the loose. Goes out of bounds, but not before he takes that return into plus territory at the 47. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle, it's King. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free.
And the offensive player had to commit pass interference on that play. You saw the defender jump the throw. The defender was in position to make an interception, so the offensive player had to do something to break it up.
Fires to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. It's good. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like it's been a terrific scene there today in Las Cruces. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Aggie Memorial Stadium.
New Mexico State will kick it away to open this third quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start.
There he goes. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hilltoppers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring in third. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Here's the pressure. Another incompletion on third down. And the Hilltoppers line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Grabbed behind the line, it's Smith. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's second and long. Here's the handoff. Slithers into space. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it first and 10 from the 25. Might as well give it to him again. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's second and 6. Gives it on the option. Still running at the 40. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. This New Mexico State offense is pushing all the right buttons. Give to the running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. From the shotgun, the inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. And he missed it. No good. Guys, after the missed field goal, the lead is still 23.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Fires downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Hilltoppers will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Holds and fires complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabs it inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. New Mexico State trying to retain possession on 4th down. trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, New Mexico State.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Tough to beat in action, gentlemen. You know that. Let's take a look at the highlights. Toledo is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Bruce Gradkowski should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to the Red Hawks of Miami. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. This quarterback part of their running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Hilltoppers send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. On the move, it's Rudolph. Nice move there. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. To the ground, he's got it again. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. And the Aggies are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Caught close to the marker, it's Rudolph. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. They'll go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. That's the end of the quarter. New Mexico State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll give it to the back. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Nice job by the kickoff team. He stayed in their lanes, and they'll... Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Gets rid of it. The short hands. It's man. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Going to sling it on second down. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now they'll run the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. He just barely got enough, but that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Setting up the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
With the catch, it's Davis. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Hilltoppers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Keeps it and gets the first down. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. from the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19. And the Hilltoppers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Hilltoppers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He'll try to do it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They're testing the right side here. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They try to pop a run on the draw. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And now on 3rd down after that last run. If there's time to pad the stats. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Has to get there to move the sticks. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.